everyone? This is Jerrod-YFNR, neighborhood realtor and co-owner of It's So Vegan, and I wanted to come on here really quickly just to talk about equity and financial literacy, learning how to use the equity that we have in our homes or investment properties to be able to get and buy the things that we really want in life without breaking the bank. I was having a conversation with some people from in my salon earlier today just about, financial literacy. And us as a people, the black and brown people, for a long bit of time, a lot of us didn't have access to people who were well versed or very financially literate. Most of our parents didn't own their own home. Most of our parents didn't have their own business. And if they did have their own business, how was it being run? How was it set up? Was it an S corp? Was it an LLC? We didn't know. There's a lot of things that we did not know and still don't know to this day. And if we don't know, if we don't become a part of the conversations, then we will never know. We're just always going to be ignorant to the fact and, keep on getting passed up and other opportunities pass us by. So I wanted to make it a mission to, come on and kind of discuss different things that maybe some of us don't know about, and we may have assets and not know about it, things that we can use to get to where we're trying to be. So I wanted to start first of all with equity. I gotta put the sun in my face here. Let's see. All right, that might be a little bit better. All right. So first, let's talk about equity. And what is equity? Equity would be the difference between the amount that you owe on your home and the appraised value of that home. So this in between is called the equity. So, and inflation is right-leaning. I say this all the time. So a lot of people are complaining about the cost of homes these days and oh, it's so much and it's this, it's that, and that's understood. So really quickly, back in 2010, I purchased my first home for $140,000, and I thought at the time that was ridiculous. $140,000 for a house. I'm like, this house is probably worth $80,000. My mindset is kind of stuck in, a few years before, and so I was very upset about spending $140,000 for a house. Actually, I told my agent I didn't want to go above 135. I'm thinking, if it's more than 135, I don't want it. Anyways, long story short, I ended up buying the house back in 2010 for $140,000. My mortgage was $1,200 a month, which I was upset about, outraged that my mortgage was $1,200 a month. But that's just how it was. Ended up, the people who knew me from back in Chicago when I had this house, they know that I did. I used to watch HGTV DIY Network all the time, and I made some updates to the house. Really nice. I ended up selling my house when I opened my salon to kind of pay off things. I sold my house for $209,000. This was back in 2016. So I bought it for $140,000, paid down on it for like 6 years, and then sold it for $209,000. So I ended up getting, a good chunk of change, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000. I couldn't remember exactly what the number was, but I ended up getting that money back, and I'm like, yo, I'm doing good. This is how you're supposed to do it. Well, that same house today is on the market for $430,000. So I bought it for $140,000 in 2010, and right now in 2022, that house is on the market for $430,000. Had I kept that house and rented out that house, I would have that much equity, because of course I still would have been paying it down, paying down the equity, and the value of that house is raising. So all of that money I would have had access to right here. And so that is equity right there. And I kind of want to start right there. So if you didn't know what equity was or what it is, that's what it is in a general sense. If you got more questions about it, you can definitely inbox me and we can definitely talk about it more. But we're going to start right there. So I wanted to get into the difference between the home equity line of credit and a home equity loan. And what does that mean? What does that mean for you? Should I do a home equity loan, or should I do a home equity line of credit? Now, everyone's situation is different. I'm not a loan officer, so I definitely don't want to give any very specific loan advice to anyone. I definitely have lenders and brokers to put you in touch with. But, like I said, and for this right here, we're just going to talk about the difference between the two. So a home equity loan a loan in general has a definitive end date. The loan says, I will let you borrow this, or you're going to take this amount of money and you have to pay it back in certain increments until the debt is paid. Once that debt is paid back, that loan is closed out and you no longer have access to this money. So if you have we're going to use simple numbers here just so I can keep up with the math. So if you have $100,000 worth of equity in your home, you bought it for $100,000, you know, you made some payments on it, blah, 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 whatever. They came and appraised it 200-something thousand. So now we figured out that you have essentially $100,000 worth of equity in that home. With home equity loan or home equity line of credit, what it's going to do is it's going to let you borrow from this amount right here. With a home equity line of credit, you can borrow 75 to 80% of this amount right here. So in this situation, 80% of $100,000 will be $80,000. So you have $80,000. So if this was an $80,000 home equity loan, you would be responsible for that whole $80,000 the moment that you take it out, because it's a loan. You have to, pay that back, and then once that loan is paid back, then you don't have access to it anymore. With the home equity line of credit, it's revolving. So as you pay things, let's say for instance I have this $80,000 home equity line of credit and I want to buy a new car. So the car is $20,000. I take $20,000 of that 80 grand, throw it down on the car. That car is paid for, it's bought, it's paid in full, and I'm paying myself back every month. Okay, and as you pay yourself back every month, that credit comes back available to you all the way up until it's back to the full, $80,000 again. And so that's the difference essentially between a home equity line of credit and a home equity loan. Your house is used as the collateral. That's how we secure everything. But that's essentially what the difference is between the two. And so I speak to people all the time about, people look at the things that, you have, or how did you get this? And you have access to it too. You have to just know that you have to use your assets though. If you don't use your assets, then what's the benefit of having them if you're not going to use them? If you have a home that has equity in it and you're using the cash that's in your pocket, then you're doing it wrong. I can guarantee you that no millionaire is doing it the way you're doing it. I can guarantee you that much right there. And so financial literacy is extremely important for our people. I feel that we should have these conversations more. I feel that if you have some knowledge, if you know someone with the knowledge, definitely ask those questions. Let's get in there good with them. Let's ask questions. Let's figure out what to do, because each one can teach one. We can all learn together. We can make up the gap of financial literacy that we didn't get back then. We can make up the gap if we start having these conversations now. So I think that's all I got for you all today. Thank you so much for coming in and just kind of chatting with me for a little bit. Like this video, I guess share it. Let's spread the word. Financial literacy in the Black and brown community is a real thing. It's something that is much needed, and we need to start having these conversations more. And I'm going to try to do my best to, anytime I have a little nugget to give, to come on board and give that nugget. But make sure that you do that. Follow me on Instagram at Jerrod, and make sure that you follow my restaurant. We have partnered with Disney's Frozen on Ice to bring our customers the opportunity to win 2 free tickets to the hit Broadway musical Disney on Ice. Well, first of all, let me kind of, this is my personal page, so I'm going to be kind of candid really quickly. So just imagine, my sister and I were, just kind of checking our emails, and we see this email from Disney, and we're like, spam. Whatever. No, Disney's not contacting us, and we just kind of, passed by it, and then, my sister opened it. I didn't open it. My sister opened it. She's like, I think this is real. And I'm like, is it? Go ahead and email. Let's see what they say back. And so, sure enough, it really was, it really was Disney. It was Disney's Frozen on Ice, and they were coming here, and I guess, they liked us, or liked what we had to offer, or liked our presence. I'm not sure, but either way, they've decided to partner with us and give our people the opportunity to win some free tickets to the show, which I'm very excited about. I thank God for that opportunity. So if you all get the chance to, make sure that you go onto the It's So Vegan Instagram page. There is a post on there from Disney's Frozen on Ice. In order to register for your chance to win these free tickets. All you have to do is go to that post, like that post, and then comment on that post what your favorite It's So Vegan entree is. Once you do that, I'm guessing that Disney is going to go in there and select who they want and kind of announce the people that got the free tickets. I have 4 free tickets. Right now, I don't know who I'm going to go with, or you know, my sister's going to take 2 and I take 2. You know, I'm not really a big musical on ice person, but you know, I'm definitely going to go. I hear it's a great experience to go, and so I'm really excited about that. But anyway, let's go ahead and wrap this up. If you have any questions real estate related, if you are thinking about selling, if you're buying, if you're leasing, if you just anything real estate related, you want to know how much your house is worth, whatever, go to my website. It's all over my page. You know, and let's talk about it. Let's start these conversations, and let's work towards financial literacy for all of us. All right. Hope that helps someone, and I love you all, and